Welcome to another philosophy video. Today we're going to explore the idea of being blinded by loyalty. Now, mindless loyalty can be comforting and easier in the beginning, but it could also lead you down a path that isn't even your own. What is the interpretation of this idea? Now, for me, I would say we should all have loyalties to certain people and ideas and certain concepts, whether it be religion or not, but we should not be blinded by them. What is this philosophy exactly? Now, this philosophy is the idea that yes, you do want to have loyalty when it comes to the things that you value most in your life, whether it be a job, a family member, or even an ideology that could be based on a religion or anything else like that. That being said, you don't want these loyalties to cloud your judgment, and when faced with difficult decisions in your life, you want your true feelings to guide you through those actions rather than the will of the things that you're loyal to. What brought about this philosophy in my life? So, for me, the reason this concept came up in my life is because I was faced with a decision to continue working at my current place of employment and find something else or quit and find something else. The reason loyalty was such a huge factor when it came to this decision was the fact that I have known my current manager, my general manager, since beginning of high school, and I didn't want me quitting to be something that negatively impacted our friendship. I didn't want us not to stop hanging out together or him be mad because I quit or anything like that. Now, this gave the difficult decision between choosing between a loyalty to the friend that I've known for so long and the fact that I may not be benefiting from this job anymore and it may just be time for me to leave for my own sake. I don't want to be binded to something just because I'm loyal to a person that I work for or the people that work around me. I have to do what's in my best interest. Now, after a great deal of thinking and considering, I finally came to the decision to stay working for my friend. Yes, this may seem contradictory to the philosophy, but it's not because, like in my situation, there are times where loyalties will align with you and aren't something that is completely binding you. They become something that does end up aligning with your true feelings and what you actually want to do in life. And in my case, it was quite the ideal scenario since loyalty lined up with my true feelings. And yes, I may be biased because I known this friend for so long and it probably has did influence my true feelings to a certain degree, but at the time I believed that it is going to be something that can continue to positively impact me for the future and I'm going to continue doing it for now. And all that I really know, if that decision was the right one or not, all that I really know is that if I'm going to continue doing what I feel is right for me based upon my true feelings, and if my true feelings just so happen to line up with my loyalties to the people or ideas I believe in, then so be it. Now, going more into a generalized example of how others can use this philosophy kind of in their lives and look at it from their perspective is for a lot of people, loyalties may not align with your true feelings. And if you find yourself in a situation where you are only continuing to work somewhere or continuing to do a certain activity or anything like that, ask yourself if that is truly what you wish to do. And is the only reason you're still there because you feel obligated by your loyalties? Or is it because you actually want to do that thing or activity or still work for that company or person or with those people? It's probably pretty obvious now that I tend to ask myself a lot of questions and I question a lot of what others and society believes on top by being what's that? Hmm. It's probably pretty obvious now that I tend to ask myself a lot of questions and question a lot of what others in society believes to be the right way or the right way to act. But I wish for everyone, at the end of the day, everyone and anyone to act accordingly purely how they feel without the restrictive input of others. I want people to be able to act how they feel, not just because people around them act a certain way, or they're loyal to these certain people and they act a certain way, so that's how I'm going to act, that sort of thing. I just wish for people to, if they feel like they want to do something, then they should do it. I'm not saying if someone wants to murder someone, they should murder someone, you know what I mean? It's more just like thinking concepts, and as long as you're not inconveniencing anybody else, then there should be no one stopping you from doing exactly what you want to do, you know? That said, continuing to grow strong loyalties with other people and ideas is great. Just make sure your true feelings are what's fueling those loyalties, not the other way around. Now, the main things to remember from this philosophy is build and believe in those loyalties you form in your life. Just make sure your true feelings do align with those loyalties. Make sure that you're following the path, or you're making the decisions based upon what you actually want to do. If your loyalties align, like in my situation, then great, all the better. But if it doesn't, then you have to know when to separate, and maybe if it's not necessarily ruining a relationship with someone, or if it might negatively impact a relationship with someone, then that's just what you have to do, and it sucks. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's right for you. And another thing is checking in with yourself every once in a while. Make sure the loyalties you have with others aren't preventing your overall improvement as a person. Is the place you're working for, are you working there just because you're loyal to your managers or people around you? Or do you actually love working there and you think you're improving as a person? And do you think this is a step, or this is the path that you actually want to take? But at the end of the day, it's you who makes the decision for yourself. If the things you are loyal to align with what you want, then that's great. If not, then make that decision based on and only how you truly feel. Now, before I leave you with something to think about, as usual, I would like to thank you again for listening to me rant today. And if you did enjoy this, try watching some of my other videos, and I hope to see you next time. Are you the one in control of your life, or do the people and ideas that you're loyal to make the decisions for you?